Mysterious disappearance of our boy Sheck West. Remember that dude? Yeah, the one who blessed us with a catchy banger, Obama. They had us all chanting along like a bunch of wild animals. But here's the plot twist. Right after unleashing that viral track, Sheck West decided to pull a Houdini and vanish into thin air. Especially when it comes to the music scene. It's like he took a rocket to Mars and left us wondering, where did he go? Now some theories have emerged to explain this vanishing act. One popular story goes like this. Sheck West made so much dough from Obama that he got the audacious idea of ditching music to pursue his childhood dream of becoming an NBA superstar. Yeah, you heard that right. Apparently he thought he could drop the mic and pick up a basketball thinking he'd dominate the court kinda like LeBron James. But hey, it turns out he was warming the bench in Europe, which is basically like being an unofficial mascot, man. On the other hand, there's a juicy tale floating around, and brace yourself for this one. West was caught on video stalking his former partner, singer Justin Sky. After Sky came out publicly about West abusing her, and former classmates of West high school stated that he did abuse other women at his high school. I'll touch on that later because there's actually a lot of other rumors why he may have quit music, and I'm gonna go way more in depth. It's said that Sheck West got so embarrassed after getting tangled up in some drug and gun charges in the Big Apple back in 2020 that he couldn't bear to show his face in the music world anymore. Maybe he thought his African heritage was shot, or perhaps he wanted to keep a low profile and avoid getting any more trouble. Whatever the case, it definitely threw a wrench into his journey. Now it's really time to dissect and change the heart and figure out what led Sheck West to bid a farewell to the music biz. So we're gonna start from the beginning just to see the signs that actually really led up to this situation, man. On the muggy streets of Harlem, a young homie named Sheck West has entered the world. Born on September 10th, 1998, this dude had some serious roots running through his veins. Yeah, we're talking about Sheck West, the man himself. Now, Sheck West had quite the journey growing up. He was just a little kid. He and his mom decided to venture off to the land of cheese and beer, also known as Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They spent a solid 9 years there, soaking up the Midwestern vibes. But you know what they say, you can take the boy out of Harlem, but you can't take the Harlem out of the boy. So at the ripe age of 14, Sheck West hightailed it back to his beloved New York City. Now here's where things get a little interesting. You see, young Sheck had a knack for making music, and he started crafting beats and rhymes when he was just a wee lad of 11 years old. Why, you ask? Well, life wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for our buddy. He had a troubled childhood growing up in a less than friendly environment. He returned to music as his therapy, a way to shake off the stress and let his creativity flow. As if being a budding musician wasn't enough, Sheck West had some serious basketball skills as well. Yep, this dude was balling on the court during his high school days. It seemed like hoops would be a major pursuit. But guess what happened? Fate had other plans in store. A fashion talented scout caught the wind of Sheck West's style and swagger. And next thing you know, he's skipping playoff games to strut his stuff with the legendary Madison Square Garden. And why? Because they were unveiling the Yeezy Season 3 collection. Skip ahead to February 2nd, 2018. Our guy Sheck West, armed with his undeniable talent, signs on the dotted line with none than Kanye West's Good Music and Travis Scott's Cactus Jack Records. But that's not where the fun ends. Sheck West wasn't content to just chilling on the sidelines. He wanted in on the action, and he definitely got it. Man made a guest appearance on none other than Travis Scott's third studio album, the Grammy-nominated Astro World. And get this, he wasn't alone in the all-star studded lineup. He had an American rapper Juice WRLD right there by his side, making magic happen on the track No Bystanders. October 5th, 2018, Sheck West dropped his debut project called Mudboy, courtesy of Interscope Records, Good Music, and Cactus Jack Records. Now Mudboy didn't just tiptoe into the scene. Oh no, it stumped his way right on the Billboard 200, making his grand entrance at number 17, which is pretty good for an artist that was brand new. It's like Sheck West came charging out of the mud, ready to grab the world by its nuts. His unique style and undeniable talent. And what's a dope album without some chart-topping singles? Am I right, guys? Mudboy had not one, not two, but 3 singles to keep us pretty hyped. We had the energy-packed anthem, Live Sheck West, kicking things off. followed by the legendary Mo Bamba that skyrocketed all the way to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. The track was a true sleeper hit, creeping into our lives like a ninja going viral around mid-2018. A whole year after its release, with the track originally coming out in June 16, 2017. Sometimes the best things take a little time to marinate and, explode in our eardrums. Last but not least, we can't forget about the track called Chippy Chippy, adding that extra dose of Sheck West magic to the mix. On March 19th, West released his new single under the Cactus Jack label called YKTS. After dropping the mud-filled madness of his debut album, Mudboy, our man, wasted no time in letting the world know that he had more tricks up his sleeve. Yep, he casually announced that his second studio album was already in the works. But that's not all. Sheck West didn't just sit around twiddling his thumbs after Mudboy. He got himself a prime gig alongside none other than Eminem. Yep, you heard me right. Sheck West was part of the opening act for Eminem's concert in Hawaii, rubbing shoulders with the rap legend himself. And if that wasn't enough, Sheck West dropped 2 singles to keep us on our toes. We had the Sadio Main, which I can only assume was a homage to the legendary football player, and Losing My Mind, which, let's face it, is something we can kind of all relate to, let's be honest, man. He then decided to make an appearance on Chase B and Young Thug's banger, Mayday. Halloween wasn't just about costumes and candy for Sheck West. Let's not forget about the Cactus Jack compilation album, Jack Boys, where Sheck West made a guest appearance on a track called Gang Gang. He teamed up with the likes of Don Toliver, Travis Scott, Luxury Tax 50 to create a musical explosion that had all of us chanting along. As most people think, Sheck West has been quiet, but low-key, he's been making some moves. But maybe not the best moves, because in 2019, Sheck West does the absolute unthinkable, man. Sheck West doesn't have the best rep with females, and he got tangled up in a weird and kind of creepy situation. Before we get into that, he did something else that'll make everyone in the creative space pretty much just cringe. It's January 31st, 2019. And the good old folks at Ridge Productions are feeling a tad pissed. Why, you ask? Well, it turns out that our man Sheck West, a self-proclaimed mudboy, decided to play a little game of dodgeball when it came time to pay for a single music video, Mudboy. Yep, he pulled a sneaky move that left Ridge Production hanging. Now, Ridge Production wasn't about to let this slide. They weren't going down without a fight. They took matters into their own hands and decided to teach Sheck West a lesson. And how, you ask? Well, they posted the original edit of the video, but with a little twist. Now Sheck West is bad rap with females. February 2019, Sheck West found himself caught on video engaging in some questionable behavior. Yep, he was allegedly stalking his former partner, singer Justin Sky. Sky bravely came forward, publicly accusing West of abuse, causing a ripple effect that shook the internet.
Justin!
The former classmate from West's high school chimed in as well, claiming that he had a history of mistreating women. In April 2019, he started dating social media personality India Love. Then things took a turn for the worse. Love posted a picture of a black eye that strongly hinted that West had allegedly abused her after their breakup. And just when we thought it couldn't get any crazier, they rekindled their relationship later that year. But the saga didn't end there. In January 2020, West and Love had a very public dispute. It was a messy affair, complete with a cryptic social media posts and accusations flying left and right. Love even hinted that West had allegedly abused her using a picture of a black eye as evidence. The chaos, West faced some consequences. He was booted out of the advertisement campaign for Major League Soccer due to the allegations. It seemed like the consequences of his actions were catching up to him, one sponsorship at a time. Now it's important to note that West has denied all of these allegations and no charges were ever really brought forward. But that didn't stop the drama train from chugging along. Justin Sky, his ex-partner, reportedly requested a restraining order against West, further fueling the flames of the controversy. And if that wasn't enough, rapper GoldLink, who was once Sky's boyfriend, didn't hold back either. He repeatedly insulted and criticized what was publicly over the abuse allegations. In June 2023, people are wondering, what happened to Sheck West? He dropped 2 singles in 2022, and we are waiting to see if he'll drop a project, as his latest project was 2018. Are you even really looking forward for new Sheck West music? He definitely has bangers, but he also has a long string of controversy. It'll be interesting just to see how his career kind of unfolds. But let me know what you guys think.